Hey guys, you can call me Glitchbite, and welcome back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, where we're gonna be doing something a bit weird this time around. We gotta start a new game again. And I'm just gonna skip that. Here, let me just get through all this. Okay, so I did a bit of research on this particular ending that I'm currently going for, and there was a lot of mixed opinions. I don't have a solid answer for what I'm going to do, so I'm going to try a few different things. Because today, we want to get blacklisted. And one of the things that I had seen said you're gonna want to get a lot of liability. So we're gonna try to do that. We don't want anything that would give us health and safety. That is a pretty easy no-go. And also, because of how much stuff we're going to be buying at a discount, sponsorships are going to be a bit of an issue. We definitely need money coming in, but we're going to be buying a lot of discounted things, which means there's going to be a lot of opportunities for the bad guys to get.
Your restaurant is now officially open.
Okay. Another thing that I had seen for the blacklisted ending was like, you want to average like 3 lawsuits per day, which to me seems impossible because, like, come on, that's not really gonna work. Like, I struggled to go bankrupt from like 2 lawsuits. I don't think it's possible to actually get 3 lawsuits a day without an insane amount of luck. And also, I do realize that I just forgot to playtest the stuff, because I could have playtested that ball pit and gotten a bit more money. So you know what? Yeah. I messed up. I'm going to, oh. Cool, there's a guy in here anyway, I guess. But I'm just gonna die. Yeah, it is getting hot. Hopefully this should kill me soon so I can go back and actually playtest the stuff. Yeah. So it looks like 120 is the threshold for the temperature as well, because I never really actually knew. I knew there was a threshold, I just didn't know where that threshold would be. Okay. So let's do this. Let's try and get some more money. And there we go, now we got a bit more money. So now let's buy some more stuff. Because as long as we don't get health and safety to cancel out our liability, we can put all sorts of other stuff up to just increase our stats. We gotta get the People's Champ #1 crate. Okay. Okay. Oh. God. Honestly, as conflicted as I am with Candy Cadet, he does actually give, like, good points, and, like, just raises money. So, I feel like I might get him pretty soon, just so I can consistently get some more money. Especially because of how quick it is. Like, this is quick, but it's not giving me that much. And I also want to be somewhat picky with the stuff that I pick up. Because, again, I do need to, wait, hang on, did I? Oh, god, I added safety straps. I didn't want... Okay, oops. I did the wrong thing. I forgot it would have liability and I'd have to avoid the safety straps. But I don't want to get too much things, because things can get marked down if I have them. So I want to get as much marked down things as possible. I think that's good for now.
Your restaurant is now officially open.
And there was a guy in here that shouldn't have been in here. I truthfully have no idea how that works, but that is honestly a bit of an issue, because if they're in my building, then I cannot salvage them, and salvaging is going to be important for money. Like, I think I'm going to take any salvage that I possibly can, because obviously buying things marked down, it gives them the opportunity to get in regardless. But if I can get $5,000 out of Lefty before he gets into my building, that's going to be really nice. And I do have a backup plan as well, because the blacklisted ending is, again, very confusing and people aren't entirely sure how to get it. But, there is another thing that I will be keeping an eye out for, just so that this run isn't a complete waste if I don't get blacklisted. And I will definitely be trying to, get the equipment upgrades, because I cannot imagine that this ending won't involve every character being after me at some point. Like, even if I never got a single salvage, like, they'd all get in.
Great job. It looks like you're getting the hang of this.
Okay, I'm gonna do the Molten Freddy salvage.
You have chosen to proceed with...
I'm just gonna tase him for the fun of it, so now I know he is completely neutral.
You have completed the maintenance checklist.
And there we go.
And may proceed with the salvage.
And I still had a tase
Well
to
done.
spare.
End tape.
Thanks for letting me join the party. I'll try not to disappoint.
Thanks for letting me join the party. I'll try not to disappoint. Ugh. There we go. This is marked down. This is marked down, but it's not giving me any extra liability. He's marked down. And anything in this catalog marked down? No. So, definitely want Pig Patch. We can take Fruity Maze Arcade. And gonna take Candy Cadet. And I think that's good. I want to add a coin slot to that. And polish, add coin slot. There we go. How much is this? 500 is not worth it. And I'm not going to put Pig Patch up just yet, because, again, I think the lawsuits is more of a random chance thing, and I don't want to go bankrupt throughout the week because I have too much risk. I can't pay off all the lawsuits.
Come get your candy here. I have candy all day.
Now I'm just coming back to the catalog because I think if I spend a bit more money, I'll unlock... Yeah, I'll unlock this, and I get to see if anything in here is marked down. Rockstar Foxy is marked down. And that is nice, so I'll be coming back for that in a minute. There we go. So now, we gotta buy... Oh, right. I forgot I would also need to get a stage that can fit him. Okay. I might be able to get this with Candy Cadet.
Come get your candy here. I have candy all day.
Then I wouldn't be able to afford...
Candy, candy, candy.
Okay, I think Rockstar Foxy is a lost cause.
Return to Candy Cadet again, and maybe I will tell you a story.
But I'm still just gonna max out the money I can possibly get. I'll buy that stage just for the sake of having it. Yeah, I don't want any of the early sponsorships because they don't give that much money. Okay.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise!
Yeah. But if I was able to salvage Molten Freddy, then that means that one of the better guys is already in the building. Because there was definitely someone there night one who I don't think should have been there, but was definitely there. I'm just hoping that it's not Lefty. I really want to be able to salvage Lefty before he gets into my building, because that is $5,000 if I do it right. And again, the sponsorships are only going to cause issues, so they have to give me a lot of money for me to take them. Okay.
You should have known I'd find you.
Baby's in the building. That sucks, because Baby is $2,000 to salvage. So it does only look like 2 people are here, which is nice. That means that none of the marked down things brought in someone else yet. Scrap Baby is an issue, of course. I chose to bring in Molten Freddy for that extra 500. And this means that I can definitely get William in a salvage. I think I'll be able to get done with this without dying from temperature. I say that loosely, because I'm already at 100. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So let's give me William Afton. There we go.
You have completed the maintenance checklist and may proceed with the salvage.
He's very
Well
mad,
done.
but that's not
End
my
tape.
that's not my problem anymore.
What a deceptive calling. I knew it was a lie the moment I heard it, obviously. But it is intriguing nonetheless.
Okay. That's a mouthful. Let's go through all this. This is marked down, but not marked down as much as I want it to be. Once again, that's not giving me any, liability. That's not giving me any liability. Okay. This is a sponsorship for 1,000. I'll consider it, but the answer is probably no. And it doesn't help that I accidentally put safety straps on this, because now that's not even giving me liability. I could get the ball pit and the ladder towers. This is marked down, but it's still good condition. I'll get the ball pit tower. Clean polish. There we go. Now let's playtest this for a little while, because I think this can just outright give me money. Yeah. This is the one that gives money, or Music Man. So this is gonna be nice. A lot better than just points. This is just outright giving money. Like, understand that it's giving me a lot of nothing right now, but it has already given me 10,000 points worth of money. There we go. I could get this, or I could wait for it to go on sale and boost its liability. Like, again, I'm trying to, like, min-max everything. Yeah, so I currently am getting a maximum of 11 liability from everything I own. I don't think I want to keep everything up permanently, though. Because if I keep them up permanently, I'll get more lawsuits, which means I'll be making less money. Here, let's spend a little more money. And maybe see if we can, unlock that final catalog. I'm gonna buy all of those guys, because then, once I can get this stage up, it's going to be really nice. Because those achievements do give you money, which is incredible. And I do also just want to hold on to some money for the equipment upgrades that I just did not get when I was doing this last, and I ended up dying. These equipment upgrades are really nice. And I think that if you are going to be dealing with the animatronics, you're always going to want these upgrades. Come on!
You're not who I expected to see.
Yeah. Like, again, it is entirely luck-based, pretty much. I'm gonna put this down, just for the sake of that tiny little extra boost. Because that doesn't add too much liability to where it'll be generating a bunch of lawsuits, but it will bring in a little bit of extra revenue. And I do know that one of those other, like, weird, maybe not requirements for Blacklisted that no one can agree on is, you have to throw out at least one salvage. But I'm hoping that having Baby in the building already will count that, because during that salvage I will have to throw it out, because Baby isn't there for me to salvage. So hopefully I'll still be able to profit off of Lefty. Yeah, this is a weird ending that, everything you look up says something different. Okay. Yeah, going for Blacklisted might also end up being a two-parter. Like, I'm not going to split it up the way I split the completion ending, because I do understand that this is a lot of the same stuff, and that you don't really need to see it again. But, like, given the challenge with it, I do feel like it might end up being a multiple video conundrum. So if the video you're watching doesn't give you the Blacklisted ending, then you know it's a two-parter. This would be a lot easier if I had the money to hire a handyman as well, but
It feels like
I don't have the money to do that, so what can you do?
I always come back.
Hey, William. I don't want to get a sponsorship yet because I know that there's better sponsorships to get, and I know that the sponsorships are obnoxious, and they're only going to make me worse at the game. Like, as stupid as my strategy is, I do think that it's, like, one of the best things you could possibly do. It's just put the audio away from you so that anyone who gets caught in it won't be near you, and then just pray. Just start oscillating and pray that you catch everyone that wanders to your vents. I'm gonna start with maintenance this time, because those are the ones that take ages, because those are the ones that I haven't gotten the upgrade for.
it feels like my birthday.
Yeah, that's
Did
great.
you have a gift for me?
God, this game over, and then the title sequence, and then continue, and then blueprint mode, finished. God, it just always takes so long. Like, retrying these nights takes too long for these nights to be as luck-based as they are. Like, this is like Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but without any information, is the thing. Like, it's optimized by just looking left and right, except you don't know if someone's in a door until they kill you. You just want to minimize your time messing around with everything that isn't left and right of you. And then you want to hope that anyone to the left or right of you gets caught. My issue with Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is just that it's boring and understimulating, but I'm willing to say this is even worse, like, just in terms of the night gameplay, because at least in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you know, you get to see a nightmare in the hall, if you're playing the game looking at it, which you don't have to. But if you do choose to play it with the monitor turned on, then, you know, at least it shows you a guy when you're safe. Like, I know that I'm just whining. I completely understand that I am whining and I sound like I'm not enjoying this, and that's because I'm not. But I do enjoy most of this game. I do like the salvages now that I understand them better. And the Pizzeria Simulator, that's the best part of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. But the FNAF 6 part of this game just sort of sucks. And I wish it didn't. Although, while I am not a huge fan of the basic temperature mechanic, I do think that this is really fun. Just because, like, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, the building is all on one power system, and it drains, and you're never allowed to turn off the fan on your desk, which is, like, that's probably taking up a lot of power. So I do appreciate that this is the Five Nights at Freddy's game where you're allowed to turn off the fan. But that is entirely a novelty to me, and nothing else about this is fun. The printer is still loud, but it's quieter now. And it... Okay, so I'm not going to make any money from Lefty, I guess. You know what? No, I don't know what. Actually, I do know what. I'm not making any salvage money. I am absolutely going to need $1,000. Why is Lefty on the loose? Like, I fully get that buying things marked down gives them an opportunity to come in. But that's the thing, I feel like there hasn't even been enough marked down things that I've bought for Lefty to get in. I mean, I guess if anyone were to get in, it would have to be Lefty, because Baby's been here since day one, and I already got to salvage Molten Freddy and Afton. Well, at least now I have the money to hire a handyman. Make the toilets go quicker. But I also have an advertisement coming my way. And that's not good. I miss FNAF 3. Like, I think Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was the pinnacle of Five Nights at Freddy's. Because it's a game about surviving with just information and limited materials. And Five Nights at Freddy's 3 actually gives you the most out of those limited materials to get a lot of information and manage to survive. Like, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 let you use every camera, and that was nice. Because Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 actively punish you for using unnecessary cameras. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 doesn't have cameras.
That was easier than I thought it would be.
And Sister Location base game is barely a game. But then, like, Custom Night in the private room, again, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, it punishes you for using unnecessary cameras. And then this game doesn't even give you cameras, it just gives you a vague idea of someone being somewhere and then says, hope you live. I really need to stop complaining so much, because I do genuinely like this franchise. But when you're actively pissing me off,
You should have known
it's hard for me to not be a critical asshole about it. Okay, let me go back into the thing. I don't need to see these guys slide into place. I don't need to choose to continue my new game. I don't need to go back to the blueprint mode when I've already done everything in blueprint mode. I get that this game was made by one guy, and it probably does all of that just as, like, the basic save mechanic. But come on. like, don't turn your game over mechanic into your save mechanic if your save mechanic involves several minutes of seething.
You may not recognize me at first, but I assure you, that's still me.
You know, I recognized you immediately as, the green bastard with several active clones in FNAF 3. Like, maybe I don't like this franchise, actually. Because I keep talking about, like, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 being the pinnacle of this franchise. And then I just remember how Nightmare Mode gave, like, 3 different spring traps in 3 different locations. And all of them could kill you. Like, I don't know if it was intentional for Springtrap to just be in more places than he has copies.
You're not who I expected to see.
But, like, even if that is a bug, that pisses me off to no end. Go back and watch my Five Nights at Freddy's 3 videos, if you haven't. Because it was a different time when that was the most recent game. And also, I had a lot of issues towards Night 6, Nightmare of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. If you haven't gotten it, I would see Springtrap in a camera across the room, and then he would kill me behind my cameras on the same frame. Like, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 has the camera set up to where it doesn't take up the full screen and you can still see corners of the office. And that allows, like, Springtrap to... That allows Springtrap to, run past, your camera while it's open to just make you know that you're screwed the second you drop your camera. But the fact that he can run behind your cameras while you're looking at the cameras means that there was moments where, like, I was looking in, like, camera 7, which doesn't connect to any vents or anything, and he would just be standing in the middle of camera 7, really obvious. And then I would see the little green blur move past my camera, and I would cry. God. I swear to God, if that misclick that ruined this run, I'm going to be really upset. It did.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise!
Man. Remember when Five Nights at Freddy's was 4 games, 1 story? What happened to that? Come on. I feel like I can see the future, because I was just generally upset about having to do this, and then I immediately got an advertisement. Like, I preemptively come on that advertisement for Flo's Glossy Floss. This is definitely going to be a multiple video endeavor, but I'm not going to leave it just yet. I do want to at least beat this night, so that I can see what's marked down tomorrow. Because at this point, everyone is in my building, which means I just want to get all the marked down things that I can. I do really wish that I actually went back and did more Sister Location Custom Night, because while yeah, it has all of the issues that Five Nights at Freddy's 1 had, it was also a really good custom night. Like, I love the way that it lets me not have to choose. Like, it just gave me challenges, and I would do them at maximum difficulty, and then I'd get really cool cutscenes. Which, by the way, yeah, I never beat Sister Location Custom Night because I physically couldn't. My computer would not let me. But I have seen, like, those like all those cutscenes and like the progression of the guy rotting with Ennard wearing him as a meat suit. And then, like, the climax of, like, that guy's name being Michael and, like, the fact that he's William's son and all that. Like, I have seen those cutscenes, even though I couldn't actually beat the game myself. I am pretty caught up with the lore of this game. People are still struggling to figure out Pizza Sim because it just recently came out. But I am caught up on, like, the consistent lore for, like, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through Sister Location. Also, doesn't the little girl that Baby killed have a name now? Like, I don't remember it, but, like, wasn't that, like, a big drop in the completion ending cutscene? As well as every other drop in the completion ending cutscene? And, like, all of it just went over my head? Like, didn't they actually give Baby's kid a name? Because if so, that is insane. Like, we still don't have a name for, like, the FNAF 4 Crying Child. Remember when Crying Child was just a general phrase for dead children? Remember when people were debating, like, between Purple Guy and Pink Guy with Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Because one of those death minigames used a different sprite for the killer.
Easier than I thought it would be.
And that sprite had a different shade of purple. Man, simpler times. The killer used to just not have a name. And now the animatronic is named after the killer. That's dumb. I'm still not over that, but I am definitely getting really upset at this point. But that's not your problem. You're not here for me to take my anger out on. You're here to be entertained, so god damn it, I'm gonna give you a show. Like, again, it is entirely luck-based. Like, if you accept a sponsorship, you better hope that the sponsorship doesn't show up too frequently. And the second you start the thing, you better hope that wherever you put the audio is where a lot of the guys spawn. And then, if people don't get caught in your first audio, you better hope that you actually fend them off the vents with the flashlight. And that's impossible to know without looking away, because the only way you would know if someone is in your vent and if they leave the vent is if either A, they kill you, or B, the motion detector shows it. And even if the motion detector shows it, it's vague as all hell. And the motion detector requires you to, 1, get rid of your audio lure, and 2, it requires you to look away from the vent. Meaning, if someone's in the vent, the only way you'll know they're in the vent is if either 1, you're lucky enough to look at the vent, or 2, you're stupid enough to look away from the vent and let them get you. Even just, like, showing a bit of their face in, like, the shadows of the vent, if they're in there, that would do so much for the game. Like, imagine if I looked here and then Springtrap's face was in there. Like, that would tell me, okay, William's gonna kill me if I don't keep looking at him. And, like, that still creates... It still creates a challenge, because you have to look at the monitor to, you know, do the tasks that let you get out. And you still have to turn on the fan, which generates noise, and I believe generating too much noise will make them come after you no matter what. So, it would still be balanced, it would just give you more information. This franchise is built on surviving by getting information. I think that rustling would have... Okay, I was wrong.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise!
I was going to say I think that rustling would have to mean that Lefty is close, because Lefty is the only one without a voice. But apparently it was Molten Freddy. Not that it matters, because all the characters are the same, and you really don't need to know who is where. The game really leans all in on not telling you shit. Like, this gameplay should take some inspiration from the endings of, you know, giving you closure and giving you information and talking to you. You guys aren't here to see me upset. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are. I don't think anyone watches a Let's Player hoping that the Let's Player would be good at games. But this is not entertaining at this point. Like, I've never been one of those, like, 2014 scream your ear off type YouTubers. I've just been the guy that makes conversation. But it's really hard to make conversation when I just keep dying. And it's really hard to make dying interesting when I don't scream at every minor inconvenience. So there's just a lot of minor inconveniences that I'm just not responding to. And like at this point it's going into like Sister Location's private room where I'm not even sure I want to talk. Because I feel like so much of it is just going to be cut. Because I'm so far away from the goal. Like, if it's going to take me several hours to actually clear this, and this video is going to be a maximum of 40 minutes, then that's going to be a lot of conversation that's just going to be lost if I try to talk in every silent moment. I'm sure all of you are so enthralled to hear about the inconveniences of being a gaming YouTuber. I know that I've been tending to record in bulk, and that this is a...
You should have known I'd find you.
Now you see, I was talking and I died, and I could have just cut that entire attempt out. Entirely luck-based. There is no skill to this. It is day 3, and I am doing the strats that got me through day 6 in a matter of minutes. I know that there's more characters here than there was. Like, it's an equal amount of characters to the ones I had in day 6 when I was doing this exact thing. Except I would hope that at the very least the character AI is weaker on day 3 than it is in day 6. There's no reason that this should be so much harder than Saturday. Like, Saturday took me like 10 minutes. It took me so long that I had to pad out the video with another entire ending. I have been recording for 90 minutes. And granted, some of that was the other nights, but still, this is going too rough. It is entirely based on luck. Like, I only have one advertisement active right now. I had 6 advertisements active on night 6. And I got through night 6 so much quicker than I got through this. Because, truthfully, the advertisements are the only skill check to these nights. is, do you have the willpower to not accept free money? And I accepted a lot of free money last time, and it made Night 6 so much easier than Night 3 is right now. Maybe I'm just too broke. Maybe I don't have enough money. Maybe I'm going too fast with the oscillating fan. I am 99% sure that there is zero skill to this. But maybe I will be less upset if I pretend that there is skill and that I don't have the skill. Because at the very least, it would be my fault that I suck. I am always willing to admit that I suck. But if a game doesn't let me not suck, if a game has no threshold for skill, that is where I get upset.
Did you have a gift for me?
You see, I like being able to blame myself. Which sucks because I cannot blame myself here. I'm doing the exact same thing every time because I know that this thing works sometimes. But it's just not letting me do anything. Thank you for watching. This is only going to get worse. And this video's gone on long enough. My name has been Glitchbite. This has been FNAF 6, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. I'll be coming back to continue this save and do more Blacklist stuff later. And even if I don't get blacklisted, I do know of another failsafe that I can do. Gonna need a lot of money, but I think I can scrounge up the money. So until that point, goodbye.